what's up, y'all? We are still in Oklahoma. Really loving this state. Really loving what they're doing. I'm very excited to talk to Tracy and everything that she has going on because once again we have just an amazing activist and an amazing person just trailblazing and making an impact, and it's really awesome. So let's go ahead and bring her on.
Hi.
Hey,
What's
hi.
up?
Not much. What's up with you?
I am so thankful that you have me on your show.
Oh, well, thank you for being here. I mean,
Yeah.
you do a lot, so I'm very honored to have you here.
Yes.
What's it like in where you're at in Oklahoma right now?
Well, it's pretty warm. It's about to be summer. Hopefully, it doesn't get cold anymore because with Oklahoma, you could have all the seasons within the same week. So
Right,
hopefully, it just still continues to become summer. And I'm all
right.
about that. I am ready for less clothes, like sun kissed bodies, just fun.
Yeah, yeah. So I love the South. I love being here. I never want to permanently live anywhere else, and that's one big reason why, because we really just have two speeds. It's just kind of cold and it's hot.
Yeah, that's true. I'm actually from Detroit, which is cold, and it's winter. It's about 6 months out of the year. So I am very, very thankful for Oklahoma weather. I'll take the snow and ice storms once or twice a year.
Yeah, that's brutal. We just went through that down here in Mississippi, and I hated every second.
Oh, I bet. How's
Yeah.
Mississippi?
Oh, it's shorts and t-shirts.
All right, all year.
No, I mean we go through some cold months to our standards. Like
Yeah.
somewhere around the beginning to back half of December, and then through mid March, you kind of pretty much can guarantee what you're wearing right there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty much what you can guarantee all winter.
Okay, that's not bad.
No, no, not at all. Like in
Sweatshirt,
the winter,
leggings.
it's
Yeah.
huh?
Okay, I could do that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, in the winter, it's more like 50s. Is
Okay.
kind of the average 50s, 40s.
Okay, that's not bad
Yeah.
at all.
No, no, it's pretty nice. But now you got to deal with the summers, and so that is what gets everybody. It's not the winters. That's all enjoyable. It's kind of wet during the winters, but it's the summer that everybody really doesn't want to mess with because it gets to be about 95 to 100 and some stupid humidity. The
Okay.
humidity is what makes it.
Yes.
Like I can fry eggs on the concrete out here. I think I'm pretty sure. I know people bake cookies in their car on the dashboard
I believe
in the
it.
summer.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
yeah. But anyway, let's get into let's get into our stuff here.
Okay.
I just saw, like quite literally a day or two ago, where you had just joined the Libertarian Party Veteran Caucus. Tell us about that.
All right. So my buddy Will, libertarian, we need to get him on here too. I know Kevin talked about him last night. So he was in the Air Force, like I was, and so I was trying to get like an alpha roster for Oklahoma veterans. Like, hey, where are our guys, right? So we could kind of like
Right.
form a little crew. And so this dude comes back, has a page started, and says, "Hey, we're doing a caucus, a veteran caucus. Thanks for the idea." So I basically have ideas or give him a thought, and he comes up with something, an action. He usually does the action with it. And so we're a
Right.
great team. And so we want to focus on things that matter to us, right? Things that we discuss daily. And so, 22 veterans dying a day of suicide. The sexual assault issue. um, the VA system, the military itself, and the biggest one is the wars. We've been at war for about 2 decades now, and with this new administration, I can only imagine that only maybe a new war is going to happen,
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I
or
kind of
maybe
feel
it's
like
already started.
uh, I kind of feel like I'm 38, and I don't remember really a time in my life where we weren't at war.
Right. I'm 35. I'm either. That's all
So
we know.
I mean, it's like it, for 100 years or more, it's been nothing but war, or maybe, you know, technically probably since our inception. I mean, I get it. That's what countries go through the birthing process. But as far as foreign wars are concerned, that's a way different story. I feel like we've done overstepped our boundaries by a century, for the most part, other than eradicating the Nazis. And I don't want to speak out of hand here because a lot of that I don't know. And I'm a veteran too, by the way.
Awesome.
But I'm still, ignorant to a lot of the history and all that. So I will definitely never say anything absolutist, other than the fact that, for sure, I've never spent a year of my life not knowing the United States being in a foreign war.
Right.
And that's problematic.
Or an unjust war, honestly. World War II, we basically had to do it. So, I know exactly what you mean. Thank you for your service. What branch were you in?
Thank you for your service as well. I was actually in the Navy, but
Okay.
I was a corpsman.
Okay, so they
And,
called you Doc?
Do I?
They called you Doc?
Yeah, exactly.
okay.
Yeah, Devil Doc. I went with the Marine Corps, wore a Marine
Cool.
Corps uniform and all that. And yep.
Right.
Love that. Once I found out that I could either go stay on the ground, and I love the ocean, right?
Mhm.
But I don't want to live on it.
Right.
And so when I found out, like, I had two different options, I could stay boots on the ground and kick doors in with Marines, or I could go sit on a boat for 8, 9, 10 months. I was
Right.
like, nah, I'm all right.
Yeah.
I'll,
Awesome.
I'll stick with the Marines. So I went green. I was still Navy.
Yeah,
but,
so I was medical too, and when I got here, I worked
nice.
in the flight medicine clinic, and I worked with the Navy guys, and I worked with their corpsmen, and the coolest dude, HM1 Gata, like, he was a devil doc, and he was just getting into, like, the management role in the
Yeah.
clinic and trying to learn. He was so rough around the edges. I was just like, whoa, like, chill, so it was interesting for me to see that. So I totally understand the kind of world that you were in, and, like, yeah, you were in the Navy, but you were just in the Marines world. You were at their leisure. That was your mission, and that's a great mission. That's a great, awesome. Like, that's cool. I didn't know you were a veteran, but I like you even more now. So
oh, my bad. I forget.
you gotta
to
come.
tell,
Did you join the caucus?
I'm gonna absolutely have to.
Yes.
Obviously.
Awesome.
So I just found out about it when you
Yes.
posted about it, like, what, 2 days ago?
Yeah,
Maybe.
it just started. It's happening.
That's great. So
Yes.
yeah, I'll definitely get on that for sure.
Awesome. Cool. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
I forget to tell so much, and that's my fault, y'all. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Um,
I'll bring it
yes,
out of you.
yeah, obviously. I try to focus on everything else, and I forget to tell people stuff. But this is something that I'm extremely focused on. If you've been paying attention at all the last few weeks, and I'm sure most of you have, and we've been talking about just health in general and improving mental health and all that. Well, Tracy's a big deal in Veteran Health Matters.
So I have my Veteran Lives Matter shirt on, sweatshirt on.
Nice.
My buddy Kyle Early made this, and he does all these programs, and every veteran I know tries to help a veteran or knows a veteran that is struggling through something or just committed suicide or is deployed or just got home and is under stressful conditions. The mental health is struggling. And people talk to me daily. I have unread messages all the time because I just have so many people that are just struggling and they just want to talk to me about it. And sometimes that's all it is. Sometimes it's just me listening, or sometimes it's me just telling a funny joke or sending a meme, or sometimes it's me calling the VA and saying, hey, you need to come get this guy, or you need to come get this girl because I don't trust her. I have a pregnant friend right now, and, I talked to her on the phone. I don't know how long we talked. It was probably about 2 weeks ago now, for almost an hour. And she was just struggling, and the things that she was going through was just unbelievable. And I can't imagine her going to the emergency room to talk to somebody about what she was going through, or calling the cops, or even calling a social worker, right? And so the fact that we have that lifeline within our community, the veteran community, we have to utilize it. And I am trying to make sure that we do that, because we have to call our buddies. We have to, because no one cares. No one cares. And so I'm big on them. At the VA, they push all these medications. And so I am trying to make it so that the VA doesn't make you feel like you're doing something wrong because you use cannabis. So that's a big thing. Cannabis reform.
Right.
Yes.
Well, let me go back to this real quick before we talk about that. Tanya says THC therapy.
Yes.
So there we go. That was before you said that.
Yes.
And,
See, she knows what's up.
Brian said this before we just said that as well. The best way to support our troops is to bring them home for defense, not wars of aggression.
I agree. And, we need to, all that money we're spending overseas, we could be spending actually taking care of our veterans, because they're struggling right now. They are. They're every which way. Every day I see it. And it's not ever in the mainstream media.
Yeah, I mean, it's very, very, very tough. A lot of us have, and a lot of people too, but especially veterans have gone through a lot of things, specifically overseas, but a lot of it in CONUS as well. People don't talk about that at all.
Right.
But there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes, and
you're put in questioning positions, or you have to do certain things because you're afraid to lose your job, or just a daily working for the government, because the government isn't the mom and pop shop down the street. It's just not. It's really not at all. And people need to realize they don't care. They really don't. Yeah. That mom and pop shop down the street that you have been going to for dinner, once a month, cares more about you than your government does. I promise you. I promise you. Yep.
Absolutely.
And so I try to remind people of that, and they're like, oh yeah. I'm like, yeah. Send Sally a thank you card.
Right.
So.
Yeah, because you're sending them a paycheck.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Always, forever. Taxation.
Yep, nice.
Yeah.
Even after you die, you still got to send them some money.
Oh yeah, for sure. Some way.
It's
they'll
incredible.
Get something out of you, or someone.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, look, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I say it every time it relates, but I just try to have a conversation every day that with somebody that just means the government sucks, and start that off. And I can always lead into that, it's not going to always lead into veteran health, but at the same time, you never know. You never know where it can lead. So if you're, a veteran and you understand this, if you're somebody that just understands what we're talking about, try to strike that conversation up, because you never know what kind of impact you can make.
Right. Yeah. Reach out, send us a message. We'll talk to you. We'll get you the help.
Exactly.
We'll listen, and there's so many nonprofits. There's so many things. You don't have to go to the VA, because no one likes to go to the VA. So we need to say, hey, we know you don't want to go to the VA. There's other options. There's nonprofits. There's local businesses. There's other ways to help you. And not everyone I'm going to say, hey, you needed 28 days of treatment. No.
Mm.
Let's go get you a dog. You need a friend. You're just lonely. Let's figure this out. So I got to remind people that too. Like, there's other ways of just go into, they think they're going to go the psych ward or something. No, we're going to say, hey, let's go get this guy a dog. Like, we need to, figure this out. So.
Yeah, that's so important because, the I dropped the first segment of just a thought, and I didn't know how it would go. I really didn't know, but I just had some stuff on my. I've always got these things on my mind about how to cultivate a better atmosphere within our mental capacity, and that just breeds success everywhere and to the people that are around you. And so it's super important to me. But the fact that you say that, like, that's so crucial. Pet therapy works.
Yes.
Not just that, but the fact that that we can find, it just gets to know people. Get to know people and find out what it is that they actually need instead of just throwing a bunch of pills at everybody.
Yeah, because I also, I think we have the American Legion on here. I started going to veteran, coffee with the veteran on Wednesday mornings. And I have World War II veterans there, Vietnam veterans, Korean veterans, right? Our generation veterans. And so to me, those few hours a week, I'm going to learn more from the news cycle, right? A history book, than these men just telling me things and teaching me things. And it's great, and I love it. I love it.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've been so many places and learned so much. And you've got a crazy story as far as the Tokelahoma podcast goes.
Yes.
Whatever you want to talk about with that, let us know, because that's a really cool story.
All right, so we had a bill come up, and HB 2272, and they were trying to put licensing caps on growers' license and local businesses. If they didn't make $5,000 a month, that they were going to shut them down. So messing with small businesses, Republicans, okay, conservatives.
Yeah.
So my buddy, fellow libertarian, fellow co-founder of the Veteran Caucus, Will, sends me an invite for this protest. And I'm like, hey, what's this? I send a message to Tokelahoma, and I'm like, hey, what's up? I want to help you, right? He comes back. He's like, hey, that's me. So my buddy's Tokelahoma. So we go to this protest. We have about 100 people come out. It's a great time. I meet all the cannabis activists. It gets shut down. They remove all the bad language from the bill. So we do our thing. Now we have a weekly podcast. We're talking about doing some apparel. We're talking about just doing all these things. And I have got to meet all these amazing people in the cannabis industry, because there are dispensaries everywhere, okay? There are patients everywhere. We're climbing up to 400,000 patients. And our population is almost like 4 million, so...
So you're talking about in the state, all the way through the state?
Correct. In Oklahoma, wow. Correct.
Yeah, we're still fighting just to get medical.
See, yeah, like, what's going on with that?
It's headed to the Supreme Court of the Mississippi Supreme Court. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a mayor in one of our cities here. Never liked her from the jump, and now this just gives me a bigger reason to. I won't go into all the details,
right.
But yeah. So it's kind of funny because I'm involved with the state, and so the state party. Sorry, that sounded terrible.
Yeah, I was like,
the Libertarian State Party. Okay, and we're good. Our state chair is actually helping. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. I don't know. Anyway, I think it's already out there. So we're actually looking into passing a new bill that even goes further than that one.
Good.
And so, yeah, she's trying to do some...
As the Libertarian Party. We should. Because that's something we could be neutral on. And it's freedom, it's liberty, it's... Yes. Awesome. Good for him. Or her. Him? Her. Yes. Yeah. Girl power. Woo!
Vicky Rose.
Yes.
Yep. Had her on. As I found out, breaking news to me. Yes. That's when I found out about the bill.
Awesome.
One of the biggest.
See, I'll go back and watch her show.
Yeah, do that. It was actually on my birthday, 4/23. So
Yes.
yeah, but one of the biggest things in the bill that we're proposing is that felons, or I'm sorry, inmates right now will be pardoned for cannabis crimes.
Okay. I love it. And
And
I agree
yeah,
with it completely.
yeah.
Let them
Obviously,
out.
it's got a lot more in it, but my goodness, how much could we empty our jails if we took all the just cannabis criminals out? That's not even right. I shouldn't say it like that. I'm sorry.
They're not criminals.
You know, they're not criminals. Exactly. That's
No,
why. That's
the
why I'm
government didn't
apologizing.
know how to make money off of it, and they knew how to make money off of these men, and women, and now they learned how to make money off the plant, so they need to release the men and women.
Absolutely.
So.
There's no doubt about it. James, he says, Oklahoma. Thanks,
Oh,
James,
yeah.
for watching on YouTube.
Hey.
I forget to talk about that.
Oh yeah, you're on YouTube. Subscribe to the Cajun Libertarian.
It's live straight to Facebook and YouTube. I forget about that. Thank you, James. And yes, Oklahoma is.
What up, James? Yeah, that's our vice chair.
Oh, nice.
He's awesome. I
What's
got to
up,
hang out with
James?
him over the last weekend. We went to Pepper's Ranch and we did some volunteer work while we cooked, and it was a great event. It was a family community of foster families, right? And so they have 15 homes on this ranch. They only have 12 homes full, but you have to have 5 kids. And so some of them have 5 foster kids. Some of them have 5 kids they're going to foster and then adopt. And so some of them have 2 bio kids and 3 foster kids and all these things. Well, a bunch of them came out, about 100. They came out and we made them lunch, and they were great. The kids are great. Like, they were just, I love kids. So it was fun.
Yeah, you got 3. What?
I do. I have Connor, who's 9, Caitlin, who's 8, and Cade, who you met earlier, who's 3.
Yeah, super cute.
So, yes.
Yeah, I'm a big kids guy too. I got 3 of them myself.
Yeah, and you said you have a teenager too?
Yeah, she'll be a teenager in August.
Woo-wee.
Very first week of August.
Yeah.
She'll be 13.
Yes.
Yeah. She's she'll be here this week.
Awesome.
Going to get her Saturday. So, but okay. So I do have to say something real quick. Kevin, if you're watching, James, if you're watching, I don't recall being told that you were the vice chair, but Kevin did last night give big shouts to James.
Yes.
So if I missed that about you being the vice, that's my bad.
Yeah, no, he's great. So he's he was all over the place. He was stepping up his game. He's a hard-working man. That was my first time really interacting with him, and that's what I got out of it.
Yeah.
And, that's what we need. And he's nice, he's approachable, and, Kevin is great too. And we have to get out there and be everywhere, and we are. We're at the OK2A stuff. We're at the criminal justice reform stuff. We had people at the taking the mask off for kids. So we're with the kids stuff. We are wherever Oklahomans think that they are feeling that the government is treading on their rights.
Yeah.
And so we have to remember that's everywhere. That's pretty much everywhere. So we need to be everywhere so that we can be like, no, that's wrong, or okay, yeah, let's think about this. How can we fix this?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm finding that all over the country with all of the state chairs and the activists like yourselves, or like yourself, sorry. It's incredible. And that's what we have to have. It was it feels like it used to be a bunch of chatter. Now it feels like we're doing this.
Yeah, we
Has
have
that,
to. Like,
yeah,
people want to talk about the election, okay? I want to talk about how the
right,
election has been rigged, right? And so now we have one party really mad, right? Or half the party, the conservative part of the Republican Party
yeah,
mad.
yeah,
And so now they're like, all right, we've been saying that the elections have been rigged. So now we have them with us, and and I think the conservatives are a great part of America, and so we have an opportunity to be like, all right, let's figure this out on a grassroots
yeah,
level because now you feel our pain, right?
yeah,
Now you feel our pain. Now you're stuck with this party that you don't really feel like you really fit in with.
yeah.
So,
I actually got into it a little bit on Twitter. Not really. I mean, not. Look, be honest.
I don't
most
Twitter,
y'all,
so tell me about it.
yeah, yeah, it's different. I just started, so, but it's very toxic from what I hear.
Yes.
So that's kind of right up my alley. Um, yeah. Look, I, I'm not afraid to say the same thing. I believe that we're right in the middle, and I use the word centrist in a tweet. My bad. But we're right in the middle.
Right.
You get crucified over anything, but that's okay. And I shouldn't say that word either. But we're right in the middle, and I don't think we should be moving too far either way. My opinion is that I can pull great quality from both ideologies, right? Like, I think there's great things about conservatism that we can pull from. And I'm not afraid to say it. And I think there's great things from liberalism that we can pull from.
Right.
And I'm not afraid to say it. That's the kind of stuff we have to say, we have to do. I just feel like so many people are caught up in this, like, just garbage facade of what's going on instead of looking at each individual issue and then breaking it down on a micro level and digesting the information properly. I'm sorry, I went off on a rant there.
But you're absolutely right, and that's where we need to come in at that local level at these parents' meetings,
exactly,
and at these places where there's a couple hundred. Because they're like, they look at me like, hey, Tracy the Libertarian. Yeah, Tracy the Libertarian.
Yeah.
That's me. What's up? What's up?
Yeah.
That's me. So we just need to be out there at those meetings, which we already are out there, but we maybe haven't been as vocal as who we are. We've just kind of been there because I'm everywhere. I have 3 kids.
Yeah.
We're everywhere. We do everything. And like the gym that I go to is the city's recreational center, right? So
Right.
I pay into the city recreational center every month. I'm there all the time, and I just feel like
Nice.
people don't realize how much they put into their community if they just made it more of an empowerment thing, how much better it would be versus a divide thing. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's one of the things that we're fighting habitually on an hourly and daily and minute basis is that division that's been driven into the mind of the average American when it comes to politics.
Yeah.
And that's the mold we have to try to dissect and help these people break free of. I think, we all have some of it a little bit. It's just part of, growing up in this country with all the propaganda. And that's why I say be patient and be nice.
Right.
We've all been brainwashed a little bit, even if we think we're the most enlightened or woke person on the planet. We need to learn to be nice and just be grateful for the opportunity that we have come to the place that we are with the knowledge that we have and saying, hey, look at us. We're doing this. Here's what we believe. We believe that you agree with most of what we're saying. And I don't think that's a very hard argument to make.
Right. Minimal government, maximum freedom.
Right? I mean, it's really, really
Can we
easy.
focus on that? And that's the people who can focus on that, and we can keep it break it that far down, we'll be all right.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And again, so on, a tiny level, like what we're trying to do, what you're doing big time, what a lot of the people that are coming on the show are doing big time is just using your voice, using your inspiration, using your drive on a daily basis to reach people at an individual level.
Right. And so I also, I try to explain to people libertarians in Oklahoma are probably going to be more conservative anyways because of the state that we're in versus, California, even Michigan,
Absolutely.
And so they need to understand that we're not trying to push those extreme things that maybe other libertarians might in other states. We want cannabis freedom, right? We want cannabis non-violent criminal felons out of prison. Those aren't drastic things. Those are things that I think most Americans think
Absolutely.
is okay. But again, like you said, they've been brainwashed to think a certain thing. Like now they're pushing out all these illegal grows, right? No, they have license, but there was some pot sold to a black market. Oh, so you didn't get your cut on it, is what you mean. Black market means they didn't pay the government their frickin' money.
That's exactly what that means.
And so I just comment on stuff, and people are like, "Oh, you're absolutely right." Like, yes, join the Libertarian Party. We're all like this.
Yep.
We critically think what they're really saying. And so I'm meeting all these people that think this way about all different things, right? Whatever they focus on, whatever is their avenue. And so if we teach them to think like a libertarian, there we go. And if we keep showing up for them, we have someone else on our team.
Mm-hmm.
So I love it. I love where it's going. I'm upset that there has been such a divide in our country that we have to break it down like this because we can't trust our country, our government anymore. We can't trust our government anymore. Like it's out there. You know what I mean? It's
no secret.
It's no secret anymore. And so it sucks that we're at this divide and there's this huge pandemic going on, and some states are worse than others. Like I'm from Michigan, and they're having such a horrible time up there, and it's so wild. And where I'm in Oklahoma, and we've been open. We closed down barely for 6 weeks, and we've been open, and it's been okay. And so
Whitmer's the worst, though.
Yeah.
I mean, if I were to, I can't stand Newsom, but don't get me wrong. If I had to pick two that could probably just lead the absolute crash of all that is failure, it would be Cuomo and Whitmer.
Right. And she goes almost unnoticed to everybody except for people from Michigan.
It's
what she's doing because she's a woman. She's a little snake. Yeah.
I've been watching it all over the place. I'm like, my God, she's out of control.
Yeah, and all my friends are just, they're seeing it as a mom, as a business owner, as a student, as a nurse. But they're overworking those nurses, and they're basically saying, "Oh, we want to get 70% of you guys with this vaccine by this date." Right? That's something that the military did to me, right? Because I said, "Hey, I'll do this, so help me God," right? I said that.
Right.
And so did you. And I understood that. But right now, no. That's completely different. Now, if you want to go get your shot, go get your shot. Cool. Now, don't show me your passport or show me your paper. I don't care. But just don't force anyone to get it, is my point.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and that's
as far as it goes for me.
That's me too.
Me too.
I do. I mean, we could talk a whole show about vaccine passports,
right?
And the requirements and the different layers and what's about to happen with all that.
Ooh,
but
yes.
on an individual basis, I don't care. You can go get vaccinated all you want.
Right.
Personally, for me and mine, we are not.
Mm-hmm.
I am high risk. I'm a type 1 diabetic with a chronic pancreatic disease, but still under 40, really good shape. No thanks.
Right. And that's your choice. You shouldn't be forced to do that. Is if you make the best choice for yourself. I don't know why people think the government ever has their best, views.
Interested.
Interests. Best interests. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
best interest at hand. No, they obviously do not. I don't
we're
understand.
we're just a number. Everyone's just a number to them. Everybody is, unless you're
Tax farm.
Yeah. Yep.
Tax farm. But that's actually really good. Right into the next segment, and that's you have a Moms Demand 2A. So just
Yes.
more activism, more
Yes.
trying to get the government out of our lives.
Yeah. So with all this stuff with Biden and stuff, I figured Moms Demand Action. It was going to get lively and get loud. And so last time they did that, we had a shirt and we kind of trolled them. And so I made a Facebook page and I plan to just build everything with that brand. Again, probably do a podcast, probably, build
Nice.
a line. Because, moms do need to get out there and show what's up. And, get a little bit more vocal about it. And, in Oklahoma, there's a lot of armed women and there's a lot of armed mothers, and I love it. And I love to be a part of it because, whew, America.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, look, we're the same way over here in Mississippi,
Yes.
I promise
Good.
you. And Kevin and I talked about it last night, with everything that's going on in the country, and I hate to break it down so superficially, but you know what we're doing here. You got to be quick with some of this stuff. And I asked him, hey, do you appreciate being in a red state?
Mhm.
And he said, yeah. And I'm like, man, me too. I'll be honest with
I
you.
do, yeah.
We're libertarians to hardcore, but at the end of the day, I would much rather be
Oh, yeah.
where I'm at than in
Yeah.
a blue state right now, because they've absolutely wrecked everything.
Oh yeah, I have
It's
a buddy.
crazy.
One of my buddies, he was in the Marines, and he was telling me about his house and his tax rate in California, and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I was like, yeah, see, you could get double that in Oklahoma for your house in California, and
I mean,
it's just wild. And I'm from Michigan, a very Democratic state, but like, it's a very blue collar state, and it's becoming
Very.
something else. And it's frustrating. And I
Well-
love Oklahoma. I've lived in Florida. I've lived in Texas. I lived in Idaho. But I love Oklahoma. I do. And
Yeah.
I don't want to make it not a red state. I don't want the government in my business. And I don't understand why Republicans are doing that either.
That's
You
a
know?
big issue.
Yes.
But they are not holding back, are they?
Right.
I mean, it's pretty crazy.
Yes.
So I want to throw this up here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nalik, for putting that Facebook.com Moms
Thank
Demand
you.
2.
Yes. That's us.
Yeah. Kevin chiming in. Oklahoma's great.
Yes, it is. Hi, Kevin. Yeah, so Kevin was supposed to come in and do a show with me, and he hasn't come to see me yet.
Bam!
Be on my
Gotta
podcast.
get that live
Yeah.
on Case Libertarian.
Live.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, he was with his son, and then later we saw him, and like I was with my son. I'm like, I have 3 kids. Like, it's kid friendly here. Like, you know what I mean? And so people forget that, right? Because this activism is kid friendly. You have to figure it out, right? Hey, I gotta be on at 8:30 because I need my kids to go to bed. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out, right? That's what we do.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. No, well, and look, like we talked about before we got on, when we talk about activism, we're not just talking about talking or even doing.
Right.
When we talk about activism, for the most people that I know, for me, and I know for you because we just talked about it,
Right.
we do all this stuff for free. And actually, it's not free because I've paid money to be able to do all this.
Oh, yeah.
You're paying gas money. You're paying
Yes.
expenses. Activism is spending
Money.
Money
Yeah,
and
it
time.
really is. It
You
really
know?
is. Yeah, it's spending your own money, your own time, but it's because you care and you want to change things and you see a need, right? And
That's right.
one thing about veterans, and I try to bring this up, we are servant leaders, right?
Yeah.
So we want to serve the people. We are
Yeah.
the people and we want to serve them. And so if we keep reminding ourselves that and we bring that back to our communities, we're going to do great things everywhere. And so that's why I'm so glad that we founded this veteran caucus in the Libertarian Party. Like, it's just everything that I could have imagined, and I'm just so excited.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
So what I want you to do before I forget, now that you brought
Yes.
that up again, because we get lost in these conversations
Yes.
and all that. That's okay. I love it. I have so much fun, and everybody learns so much. It's
Oh, yeah.
incredible. But don't forget to send me the link to join the caucus,
Oh,
please.
yes, definitely. I will
Okay.
send you the link.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
But you're not. That's not all you're involved in. I mean, like we're still going on.
Yes.
You see the banners. I know it rolls quick live, but
Yes.
it's incredible. You're a part of the American Legion.
All right, so the American Legion. Oh my gosh, it's great. So I'm in American Legion Post 12. We are Bethany War Acres, and we have a job fair this month. We have 28 local businesses coming out that want to hire veterans. So we need veterans to come to the post and get
Nice.
jobs because people want to hire you. And also, we have the national commander for the American Legion, Marine Vietnam veteran, coming to our post, and we get to do a meet and greet with him. And I am so excited because I love that stuff in the military. I worked at the wing, and I worked with like protocol, and I worked for the command chief, and I love that stuff. I love the heritage. I want to make a big deal about the national commander coming to my post. It's a big deal to me. Let's make a big deal. And so, Moto, the guy you talked to earlier, he made this flyer for, for the invite, and he made it look so professional, and it's so great. And, I want to make this a huge event because the American Legion is a bunch of veterans networking, talking, and it's decades. It's 20-somethings to 99-somethings, maybe over even 100 sometimes, if you get that lucky, right? And so the conversations that we can have at these places are just amazing, and I love it. And I want more people to come, so please go to your American Legion, check it out, see what they got going on there. We have spaghetti dinners, we have brunches, so yeah, coffee with the veteran every Wednesday. Yes.
Where are you doing that at?
The American Legion, Post 12.
No, I'm saying like you specifically.
Me. Post 12.
You're doing it online. Okay.
No, we go to the post. We go. There's no online. No, I mean, people come with masks sometimes, but there's no mask required. Yeah. We're open here. We're out and about.
Yeah, we're open here too.
Good.
I was just wondering for anybody that was in your area in Oklahoma, like where they could meet you at.
Oh, it's Post 12. American Legion Post 12. I'll tag it in the comments.
There we
Yes.
go. Yes. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm trying to look through comments and I was not doing a very
I don't
good
know
job
the
of
address.
There's a lot of comments, y'all. They just come in so fast.
Yes.
It's hard for me to scroll through without having a bunch of dead air. So when I go back through and look at them later, I'm like, oh my God, how did I miss that? But then I realize it's just
sometimes they
so
pop up
many,
at the same time, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just on top of one of each other. So, but I do love that. I mean, that's incredible. Something that's really kind of, I don't want to say this wrong, but I've never felt comfortable with is there's a lot of like veteran hate in the Libertarian Party, and I'm not saying anybody I know. I've just seen a lot of it.
Oh yeah, they call us bootlickers. But here's the thing: we got paid to be a bootlicker, and we got paid to serve our country. And I love getting in arguments with those type of guys because I'm like, well, no, you wouldn't even join. Where's your dog tags? So when I do it, I kind of like, I feel like it's almost like I'm an intimidating type of thing. And here's the thing. Who do you think is more upset at their government than the people who served their country, who thought they were serving it for the right reasons, right? And so they're like, oh, well, you're doing this and you're doing this. And I'm just like, whatever. Okay. What are you doing for your community? Are you just on Facebook mad at the world? Because if you are, then okay, bro, whatever. And so my profile picture on Facebook, like I looks like I'm so big and so like, muscular, but it's just a deterrent because it keeps people away.
Yeah. So your Instagram
Yes.
Page
Yes.
is Lifting Mom, right?
Yeah, lifting.mama.
Lifting.mama.
Yes.
Sorry, I was trying to pull that out of nowhere.
Yes.
And I'm never on Instagram.
Yes.
Look.
I know. I had to send you screenshots earlier.
Yeah, you had to coach me through just mentioning you. Yeah. But so you do actually do a lot of physical exercise, though.
I do. I work out. I lift heavy weights about 5 times a week, and I have been lifting weights that long, that much for about 6 years. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean it's a good workout, and for me it's physically, but it's also my mental health. It really is. And people want to go to their therapist and they want to talk to their therapist or your mom or whoever. I want to go to the gym. I want to have my music on, and I want to do whatever I want to do for 45 minutes or 2 hours, and that's all I need, and I'm good. And when I don't work out, you know it. I have too much energy. I'm cranky. My mental health just isn't a 100%. So I try to focus on. It's like me going to the doctor. It's like me going to the therapist. I don't want to go talk to some lady at the VA. I'd rather just go to the gym.
Yep.
So.
And I'm going to do one more about mental health, and then we're going to have a mental health roundtable, mental health episode, and I don't want to drive that phrase into the ground. It's just important for every single person on the planet. It doesn't matter if you've been diagnosed with a mental illness. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about improving the state of you as a person, and that's extraordinarily important to me. And so if you're willing, I would love to have you on that round table.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
As soon as we work them deets out, I'm gonna send it to you.
Yes.
It's very important for me because the last one I'm gonna drop, and I've only done 2 solo segments. This will be the last one that I do on this topic, bittersweetly. And it's kind of weird I'm talking to you about this, but it just felt right,
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about, and I wanted to invite you on that round table. But one of the last things that I want to talk about is actual physical and activity that we can do to help improve that, and exercise is absolutely one of them.
Yes.
Exercise, being outdoor. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
But
yes.
Exercise is absolutely paramount for a lot of people. It's not going to fit for everybody.
Right.
But for a lot of people, that's a big deal.
Right. Walk into the mailbox a couple times.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It could be as simple as that.
Oh, I gotta put this on here.
Oh, God.
I didn't know you were over there, Jordan. Yes. I get so many people mixed up. Jordan Shepard says, best gym partner I've had.
Oh, thank you. And he's in the Army, so that's saying a lot.
That is saying a lot.
Yeah, because they pushed them way harder than they did us in the Air Force.
Oh, I know. I used to look out of my dorm room and I would see I was in Pensacola for a little while.
Okay.
Where the naval base in Pensacola has training for every branch.
Yes.
And we'd look out the window and see the Air Force guys just kind of walking around. Air Force people just kind of walking around wearing nice, awesome jumpsuits, and we're like, what?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. But you know what? When we went out and we had a good time all together, we could pick on each other, but you're not allowed to pick on any of us.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, we're a family, but as soon as you talk about our family, we have a problem. Like, no.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a brother sisterhood. It's a family, and I grew up playing sports, so it was an easy transit.
Oh yeah, I'll talk crap all day about the Navy, but as soon as someone says something about the Navy, I'm like, what did you just say?
Exactly.
No. You can't do that. You're not allowed.
It's a camaraderie. There's no doubt. So,
oh yeah, we have to have it. We have to build it, and we have to continue to build on that. And so many of us, when we get out, we're lost and we don't have it. And so hopefully our caucus kind of brings that back and fuels the fire, because a lot of people don't know that a main reason why the Libertarian Party was founded almost 50 years ago was because of the Vietnam War.
Right.
So, just want to plug that in there.
No, that's a great plug. I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of little details that we don't get to cover in these kind of things, and I love that right there, because you're absolutely right. One of our biggest stances is going to be anti-war.
Yes.
Specifically in big time unnecessary, 100% out of the game, or it's just a part of the earth. I get that part.
Right.
But man, we are so involved in just some ridiculous stuff, and our people. Look,
Our generation is tired. We're tired. You know.
I didn't go into the military as a bootlicker. I went into the military because I always thought it was a good thing, and I was an athlete my whole life. I loved the idea of camaraderie, and I thought it would be a good career. You know, it wasn't about being a bootlicker. It never was. And then once you get in there behind the scenes, it makes you way less of that.
Oh, I agree, and I agree, and we're gonna tell you why we don't like the government. And so when people are like, "Oh, you're a bootlicker," oh, because I shared a post because some a woman got some job for the first time, I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her. It doesn't mean that I love the system because I know the system sucks.
That's exactly right.
But I'm proud of this person, or I'm proud of him, or I'm proud of her. I'm proud of individuals. I'm not proud of the system at all. At all. That's just, it's overwhelming. You know, it's really overwhelming.
I love every second of what you just said because I love every bit of it. I say it all the time. Thank you. And I'm trying to get over some of my own things with certain demographics, specifically police.
Right.
And
yes,
I'm trying to look at it through that lens. That
and I know great police. I know libertarian, cops, and they're great guys, veterans who are cops. And, I have to do that for cops because they're also in a system meant for them to be the asshole or, jerk.
Oh, you're fine.
So.
Yeah, I mean, the system breeds that individual.
Right.
I have a hard time believing in.
But I know there's great cops.
People go into it that way.
And, I hope that we can change what it is to be a cop. Why are you going to pull this person over for a tag? Who cares?
I mean,
who cares?
Look, I've been preaching that for a hot minute.
Right.
If we can change the laws, the unnecessary, ridiculous, victimless crimes, then to the right, I would tell you, we'll be saving cops' lives. And to the left, I'll tell you, we'll be saving civilians' lives.
Yes.
There's no reason for cops and civilians to be engaged with each other for these absurd, ridiculous laws. Mm-hmm. It's incredible. But I do want police reform and qualified immunity. That's just me.
Oh, I agree. And, and it's just, I'm from Detroit, so I'm from a very big.
I mean, that's rough.
Woo,
Yep.
It's different up there. And, now I'm in Moore, Oklahoma, which is the suburbs of OKC, and it's just different. It's just way different here. They're not out looking for anything. They're there. But they're there at the bank or at the high school or, may have a speed trap, but nothing crazy. So.
Yeah, they're not on the hunt. And I can tell you on a 20-minute drive difference from where I'm at, where I live is really close to Jackson, Mississippi.
Okay.
And I've lived in the heart of Jackson, Mississippi, which is much like Detroit, just less populated.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's way different. There's cop light and cop cameras on every red light. There's SWAT at the Walmart parking lot we used to live at. I mean, it's incredible. And just 20 minutes away, it's way different.
Yeah.
As soon as you leave that environment of just that smothering, it's just crazy. It's right out of the way.
And OKC is like an up and coming city. I don't want it to be like that at all. I don't want it to be feeling like that. And so I hope it doesn't.
Well, I imagine that with people like you, that y'all be changing one person at a time, 1 hour at a time.
Yeah, everyone, you have to just keep showing up for people.
Yep. But, also you're involved in some big things too. I don't want to I don't want to downgrade that, but I just think it's so important that we take a lot of this stuff as one person at a time, because I think we're being lied to by the TV screen and the phones.
I don't watch the TV screen. I really don't. It's on, but I don't watch it. It's just there.
Yeah. Oh, the weather person. Yeah, I saw that earlier. But anyway, Yes, thank you very much, Tracy, for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, for sure. I've had a great time.
Me
and
too.
I want to get into that round table, so let me get the details for that, and
Yes.
that's probably going to be, a month or two away, so
Okay, great.
no rush there.
Well,
but
June is PTSD Awareness Month, so just, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know these awareness months.
Yeah.
I've been doing this mental health awareness, and I didn't know it was Mental Health Awareness
Yes,
Month.
it is.
It's just an hour by hour thing for me.
Yes.
It's something I think about every day. I don't think about the awareness month stuff, so it was kind of weird to find out. I'm in the middle of this mental health improvement series, and it's Mental Health Awareness Month, and
Right.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Yes.
But again, I know you understand that, and I feel like most people would understand that. Like, there's a lot that people go through, and there's no month designated for mental health.
No.
It's a constant. For some people, it's every 30 seconds to 5 minutes. Some a day at a time, month at a time, but it affects us all.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So anyway, I'll keep talking.
All right.
Let me get off of here. Thank you so
All right.
much. I don't want to hold you up any
Thank
longer.
you.
We'll get together again real soon. Thank you.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.